Hello learners. Today we are going to start a new topic in C#, methods. Methods are very important in our programming system. Methods are helping to the programmer divide the problem into smaller units and solve it into the manageable pieces. After solving each piece, each problem, then integrate all together, and your integration will make a program as per the requirement of the programmer or the customer. So here today outline we are going to discuss about methods in C#, programming syntax for writing a C# method. We have different types of method in C#. Number one, non-parameterized method or default method. Number two, parameterized method. We are going to discuss here one more important topic, passing array to a method. Passing array to a method. Three kinds of parameterized method. Number one, call by value. Number two, call by reference. Number three, out parameters. So we are going to discuss about all the details about the method in C# in this lecture. Methods in C#. Method, what is method generally? Generally, we can understand method is simply a collection of statements. These statements are the instructions of the programmer to be giving to the system. As per the instructions, you will get the results. So we can say in simple language, method is a collection of statements to perform a specific task, to perform a particular task. So we can see the definition here. A method is a collection of statements that performs a specific task. Method is commonly used to break a problem into small and manageable pieces. What is the speciality of the method? The speciality of the method is programmer have a right to break his or her problem into smaller units. Then we solve each unit separately. We solve as per the expected results. After that, we integrate all the modules, all the small units together, and we will find it, we solve the big problem. So first we divide into small units till we are not able to solve each unit. That's why we are saying here, method is commonly used to break a problem into small and manageable pieces. Now, it is a perfect example of divide and conquers approach. Divide means to break the problem. Conquers means to integrate each manageable piece, and then we get the full results. A large problem is divided into smaller problems that are easily solved. This is the particular definition of the method. To implement a method in C#, we have 5 components. Number 1, method name. Number 2, return type. Number 3, body of the method. Number 4, access specifier. Number 5, parameters. Number 1, method name. It is unique name that is used to make a function call. It is only the identifier by which we can recognize our method in the system. So this is the method name. Number 2, return type. Which type of value method will be returning? So it is used to specify the data type of function return value. So the return type will decides about the value which is going to be returned by the method. Number 3, the body. The block of code where the programmer is going to give the instructions. It is called a block of code or body. It is a block that contains executable statements. The C# statements you will be writing inside it. After that, access specifier. It defines the visibility of the method inside the class, outside the class, inside the namespace, outside the namespace. So access specifier, we know very well, the public, private, protected. So these are the access specifiers to show the visibility of the method inside the program. It is used to specify function accessibility inside the application. Now parameters. Parameters are called arguments. It may be a single argument, it may be a list of arguments. So it is a list of arguments that programmer can pass to the function call. It depends on the requirement of the programmer how many parameters is required in this particular method. So it depends. So these are the 5 important components we should understand while we are writing a source code for a method in C#. This is a simple graphical representation of divide and conquer approach. We have a task T and we divide the task T into 4 small units A, B, C and D. This is called decomposition. Divide, break the problem into small units A, B, C, D. After that, the team finds the task A is bigger, so we can break it again. So here the task A we divided again to A1, A2 and A3. So more detailed decomposition till we are not able to find the solution of the particular unit. We will divide it separately and we will solve it separately, integrate all together, become A, means A has been solved by having a solution for A1, A2 and A3. Then we separately solve B, separately solve C and separately solve D. Then we will find A, B and C having all solutions, and we as a team consider the task T has a solution. So it is a way of divide and conquer approach. Now we should see the syntax for writing a C# method. Access specifier, return type, method name, parameters and the body. This is a method body and we should write a method body and return statement. Access specifier to show the visibility of the method. Return type, it will define which type of value should be returning by the method. Maybe integer type, void type, string type, boolean type, is any type, whatever. But you should be careful about the return type and the data type. Data type is integer, float, double, boolean, but void is not a data type. Void, so you should not be confused with the return type and the data type. Return type is void, int, short, double, float, string, character, bool, anything. So return type is what type of value should be returning by the method. It will not consume any memory from the system. So data type always consumes the memory from the system, but return type never. Return type just to show the type of value should be returning by the method. Then the method name is the identifier. Any method name you can choose it. And the parameters is the arguments. Then open curly bracket and close curly bracket. These are the braces where we are writing instructions to the system. Then access specifier, return type, parameters, statements are optional. So it depends the programmer. If the programmer will not write any access specifier, by default it is private, and if you are not writing any parameter, it is a default argument method. A method or function that does not return any value specifies a void type as a return type. If your method is not returning any value, it should be a void type, and void type, it means it does not return any value. So where it will return the value? The value will be going to return to the other part of the program. It depends on the requirement. We will see in the example. Now the types of method in C#. A method can have 0 or any number of parameters to get data. So there is no restriction about. Maybe the method you can pass a 0 argument, no arguments, or any number of arguments. There is no restriction from the system to have such number of arguments. So any number of arguments you can pass it, or without argument. Non-parameterized method or default method. It is also called default method. Default means no argument method. A method without a parameter is known as a non-parameterized method. So without parameter is called non-parameterized or default method. Parameterized method, a method with a parameter or parameters list is known as parameterized method, where the programmer will going to pass the parameters to the method is called parameterized method. Three different types of parameterized method we have in C#. Number one, call by value, call by reference, and out parameter. So we will see in detail all the three, and first we will see some example about the non-parameterized method. Example first, method without parameter passing and not returning any value. So you should see the difference. Without parameter means we are not going to pass any parameter to the method, and not returning value means no value is going to be returned, so it means the void type. So we will see. There is a namespace. Inside the namespace we have a class. Inside the class we have user defined method without return value. So without return value means void type. So you can see here public access specifier to the method. Return type of the method is void. Show is the method name. No parameters. There we are not passing any parameter, any argument here. So it means no parameter. User defined method without return value, because it is a void type, it will not return any value. So both things are complete here, method without parameter passing and not returning any value. After this, method body. Inside the method body we have just one console write line. Write line is a method to show the output on the display screen, and console is a class. Console is a class inside the system namespace. So here inside the console write line statement we are just passing here one string. This is non-parameterized method. It is just to display the output on the screen, to be understanding where the control is passing. After that, no return statement, because it is a void type, no need of any return statement. Whenever we are writing a return statement, we should use the keyword return. So we are not writing any return keyword here. It means is a void type, no return statement. Close the body. Then inside the main class, because main is the execution entry point of the program, inside the main method we can see we create an object for the program class. This is a source code of creating an object. We have already discussed in the class and object lecture. So if you are not understanding this particular statement, you can watch the lecture about the class and objects, object oriented programming system, so you can understand it easily. I can tell you here the first program is a data type, because class is a user defined data type. So we are type here program, and this is a user defined data type. Second is the object name. Which type of object? Program type. So it's a class type program, and this is a object name. Then assignment operator, new keyword to allocate memory at runtime. So this is a new keyword, and the class constructor. So constructor is always used to create an object. So this is a class constructor, and after that parenthesis, and we can understand this is a same as the class name with the parenthesis. This is called constructor, and it is a statement for creating an object. Object name is program. So program.show, it is an abstraction. This particular process is called abstraction. Just it will show the particular details of the program, whatever we are calling here. So the calling method is show. Program.show, it will directly jump to the show method, and it will show the result from the show method. So what are the results here? After executing this particular method, we get this is a non-parameterized method. After completing these details, it will show the result, because a write line statement is displaying the output on the screen. This is non-parameterized method, and control directly back to the method where it is called. So it is called from here, so control will back here. After that, it will just come out of the class and come out of the namespace. So it is what? It is a method without parameter passing, non-returning value. So no parameter passing means we are not passing any argument here. So we are not passing here as well. And non-returning value means a void type, not returning any value, no return statement we are writing here. Now see the second example, method with parameter passing. So here we are passing parameter, not returning any value. So value is not going to be returned, but parameter we are going to pass. So here in this program class, we see public void show string message. A string is a type of data we are passing here. Message is the name of the variable. Void is a value to be returned, so it does not return any value because it is a void return type. And then the show is the method name is same, and we are passing a parameter of string type. Now inside the method body, console write line hello. This is a concatenation. Plus is the operator for concatenation. Here we are adding two strings together. One string we have given directly with the double quotes, and second string is a type of message we are passing here. So this is also a string. So two strings we are adding together. We are using a concatenation operator. After that, no return statement because it is a void type, void return type. So value is not going to be returned from this method definitely. And we close the bracket. After that, the main method is the execution entry point of the program. Static void main. Here I want to say one more thing is very important for the main method. We are using here main is a execution entry point of the program. So it means main is the first method which will be called by the system. Method is having three different things. Number one, function declaration, function definition, function calling. So here we are defining a function, but the main function always be called by the system. So that's why we are saying main method is an execution entry point of the program. So always any program, whatever the statements you have written before main and after main, it doesn't matter. Your compiler always be searching first for the main method. When it will find the main, the program control will starts to execute the main statements, the main program block. So whenever it starts to execute the main program block, then we will have the execution for the particular part of the program, and whatever the requirements we need here inside the main will be executed accordingly in the another part of the program. So our start always from the main is one thing. Main has here the static keyword and void keyword. Void we can understand easily, no return type, so no value is going to be returned from the main body. Static is a keyword. It is very important keyword. If we are not writing a static keyword here, the main will not execute. Why? Because whenever you start a main execution, you will find it before main you are not creating any object. But in object oriented programming system, it is mandatory to create object to call the method. But here we do not have any right to create object before executing the main function. In this case, the C# .NET framework has given us one keyword, static. When we put the static keyword with the main body, it means we are not bothered about to create an object to execute the main body. Whenever you make a method static without using an object, without creating an object, you can access the particular part of the program. So here static is a very important keyword to put with the main. Without static keyword, we are not permitted to execute the main body. So after static keyword, we are not bothered about to create an object. This is the you can say like you are driving a car. Before using a starter kit, you are using a starter kit in your cars. when you are pushing a key and after turn on the key, you will find the starter kit will start your engine. When the car engine will start, then you can move forward or backward. But without a starting engine, how can you drive the car? So that's why we need a small things to start a big things. So here the static keyword is a small thing to start our big solution. So that's why it is like that. So now inside the main body, we create an object the same, and after that this object will call the show method. This show method we will pass a string type value, because we can see the definition of the show method. Now our control will pass to the show method. Here in the show method we see we are passing a string type message argument. This string type message argument will receive the value from the calling part of the program, and we receive the message here LFU. Whenever our variable get the message LFU here, and inside the where we are using here to be writing a value to the display screen, here is a message variable. Whatever we put here, it is we are using here. So hello space concatenation operator, again the string value LFU, and we see here the result hello LFU in this regard. And after that our control back to the calling part. After printing this statement, our control will back to the calling part and then completes the execution of the program out of the main body, out of the class, and out of the namespace. So it is what it is, the full execution of the program having a one parameter string type and no return value, void return type. Come to the next method with parameter passing and return a value. Here we have a method class program, user defined method, public string show the string message. Here you can see it is a return type of string, and here the string type message. So return value of string type and message also a string type. Console write line inside show method. So inside the show method, whatever the value we have it, we will see here. So we can understand our program control is coming here. And after that you can see here we are using a return statement. Here is a return keyword. This return keyword we are using because we have a return type string. So return message is a variable where we are storing a value, and this value will be reflecting here, and from the return the value is going to the particular part of the program from where it is calling. So this value definitely goes to the calling part of the program. After this we will see inside the main body, again the main is same. Now we will see inside the main body we create an object in the same way. Then string message we are passing here, we are just storing the value here, just we are seeing the particular statement which we are using from the last programs, program.show, and the value of string type we are passing here. So this show method directly pass the control to the show method definition. This is a calling part and this is a definition part. So inside the definition we can see we pass the LFU message here, console write line inside show method. So inside this first it will have the result because the console write line. So we can understand our control passes from here to here. So we see the result this, and we can see the result on the output window inside show function, inside show method, and then return message. Return message, the value whatever we pass to this message variable, this value is going to be returned from here. What is the value? The value is LFU. So this LFU value we receive here, and we just after that returning from here. So from here it will return to the calling part of the program. It was called here. So the value of this program.show value of this program dot show, and this parameter, the value is what? The message value. What is the returning from there? The return value is LFU. So the value of this particular part is LFU. It comes here, and before executing this part and before receiving the value here, it prints the value from here from the show method. It prints the value from here inside show method, and then we receive the value from this program dot show is LFU. So we get the LFU value from here and stored in the message variable. That's why console.writeLine hello message. So what is the value here? The value, whatever we receive from this, we received from here the value LFU and these 2 dots and 3 exclamatory sign. So hello, and this message will receive this value. But it is not like that you pass the value from here and it will be directly coming here. No, it has been gone to the definition, and from the definition we can understand it first execute this part, then it will return the value from here and store to the message variable, and then the message variable receive the value from here, and we find the output hello LFU. Then out of the main body, then out of the class, and out of the namespace. So these are the details about the method with parameter passing and returning a value. We discussed till here about the methods to return the value without returning value, to pass the parameter without passing parameter. So these are the details we discussed in the first part of the methods in C#, and the next we will discuss about more about the methods in C# in the second part of this lecture. Thank you learners. Subscribe my channel, like, share and comments. If you have any problem regarding the concepts, you can comment on my videos and I will answer to you. Definitely I will be happy to answer.